First alert forecast here at home. We have our own wind issue to discuss. Obviously, it pales in comparison to Southern California. It is not a fire weather concern for us, but it is still an offshore wind event. Take a look at the map. This is the pattern we're under now, and until we get finished with about Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., because that is how long the wind advisory stays in effect for. This one's a little more localized. The wind advisory in effect now, until we get to Tuesday morning, is primarily focused on the North Bay Mountains, but I'm going to show you why it might be a little more widespread than that for one other location. But first, let's talk about the wind advisory in the North Bay Mountains. 50-mile-an-hour gusts up there. Northeast winds coming over the mountains of the North Bay will hit those highest peaks, 1,000 feet and above, and Mount St. Helena is about twice as high as that. You're going to feel the strongest gusts up there. Humidities will really drop. The air is going to be really dry, but we're fine because the landscape can more than handle it. There's plenty of moisture in this landscape, especially up there. When you're sitting at 200% of average rainfall, for comparison, Southern California is at 0%. It's not an exaggeration. They really haven't gotten any rain down there. That's why this story is what it is for them and why it is not a concern for us. It says so much more about the preceding 3 months than it does about this one particular week of wind. All right, there's one other issue to discuss for the wind, and I want to bring this into a more localized scale. We're going to get really fine-tuned here, so we're going to say goodbye to the virtual map for a second. And I just want to go hyper-local to the East Bay. Watch what happens when we play this through in lockstep and bring it ahead to tomorrow morning. You're going to see another area that lights up. Sure, the North Bay's got its gusty winds, but take a look over here, East Bay Hills. So the offshore winds will be coming in over the ridgetop here, which is not terribly high. But if you're just downwind, if you get that little topographic assist, you can get some downsloping. So it's possible tomorrow morning in Oakland, and it's not only Oakland, Berkeley Hills, maybe even Castro Valley. Between the hours of, say, sunrise and like 10 a.m., you could see the winds pick up to a little more intensity over here. And then we'll go through the rest of the day, and it'll stay a bit windy. It never turns off completely. It's not terrible for most of us. It would really be the morning hours for those East Bay communities on the downwind side of the East Bay Hills that might feel this a little more. So just be aware of that if you're in any of those communities, Berkeley Hills down to Castro Valley. Okay, and then things will quiet down. Remember, that's going to expire Tuesday at 10 a.m. There's one other element to discuss in the weather. Let's get back to the virtual map because there's another area to color in on here. Different color, different region, inland East Bay. Frost advisory for the next couple of mornings. If you look at the morning lows, you're going to be going down into the mid-30s for those inland East Bay valleys. So that's not any worse than the North Bay, but you've kind of had your awareness level already elevated. You had a cold morning this morning, and if there's any pipes, pets, or plants that need to be taken care of, you're already in that frame of mind. But for the inland East Bay, it will be noticeably cooler tomorrow than it has been the last few mornings. Mid-30s over there. Take a look at the city and everywhere else. Look at the Santa Clara Valley. Temperatures will stay in the low 40s. So this is the next 3 mornings. It's going to be just like this. So bundle up in the morning, pets, pipes, and plants, that drill. And in the 7-day forecast, other than daytime highs staying around the low 60s for the next couple of days, we do get cooler finally in the afternoons as we approach the weekend, but not dramatically so. And unfortunately, no rain here. We'll take a look at the long range coming up in the next visit, about 30 minutes from now. I'll show you what the long range has to say about rain. For now, Vern, over